What's up, Braden? So when I debated you didn't have enough. I mean, I absolutely destroyed you on that debate, but you had to come out and make another video about it, and you thought that was a good idea, and that I wouldn't destroy you again? Okay. Oh, crap, I forgot the intro. My bad, brother. One sec.
Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors, the place where we not only talk about what's going on in the gun world, our beautiful country, and how we're going to fix both of those things together. Oh, guys.
Welcome back, brothers and sisters. This is Langley Gun Control Academy, where we not only clickbait most of the titles on our YouTube channel, but we also try to deceive everyone in order to save our sponsor, USCCA's ass. How's that? Was that pretty good, dude? I thought it was pretty good. So, folks, imagine you were so desperate as a company to where you drop paying members like Alan Coley and Kayla Giles in order to just save a couple bucks. And then instead of taking accountability, coming out to the public and saying, you know what, I apologize, we shouldn't have done that, we're gonna make it right. You have one of your sponsees, Braden from Langley Gun Control Academy, make a video that is complete BS just to try to discredit us. I mean, y'all are approaching a new level of some of the worst companies in the world. I wanna go over a couple of things that he said. And I'm gonna be brief on a couple of the things because Mark Victor from AOR has a video coming out where he goes through his personal ideas. But Braden said at the beginning of his video that he would never, ever, 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 I think he said it 14 times, work with AOR because part of a sponsor being on his channel is that they can't be gun controllers.
They will never be on my channel. No matter what happens, they will never be on this channel because the very prerequisite to be on this channel is you can't be a gun controller. It is not viable.
You said that you will never ever allow a gun controlling organization on your channel. Okay, well, one of your sponsors is USCCA, dude. Their entire marketing strategy is based off of the guy. He is an ambassador of a company that does private background checks, that takes your social media and makes a decision based off of that, whether or not you should be able to own a gun. He also has said stuff like this.
Yeah, I believe gun control is a massive solution.
What I said was, I quoted the entire Second Amendment, well-regulated militia. Now, well-regulated militia has meant a lot of things, to include gun laws. There are some good gun laws on the books, and any form of regulation or laws, in my mind, is gun control. And there are good forms of gun law.
So, Braden, let's see if you're a man of your word. Okay? You need to remove USCCA as a sponsor because, once again, you said nothing involved with gun control can be on your channel.
Very prerequisite to be on this channel is you can't be a gun controller. It is not viable.
Let's see if you're a man of your word. I bet you're not, but we'll see. We'll see what excuse or clickbait you come up for that one, Bubba. You know what? Actually, I think, Braden, you should probably just delete your whole channel. Because remember, you said anything involved with gun control can't be on your channel. Well, if I'm not mistaken, based off of our debate, you are. When I asked you straight up, do you think the Second Amendment is a God-given right? You gave me a Kamala Harris answer. You started naming off gun laws. Instead of just saying, yeah, I do believe that.
Do you believe that everybody who is free, not in prison, do you believe they should have the God-given right to own a gun? Do you think the government should be allowed to say, no, you're a felon, you can't own a gun?
I think that the government has already dictated that. I think the Second Amendment.
But I'm asking your opinion.
Okay, hold on a second. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. So what you're, I see where you're going. Hold on a second.
You don't know where I'm going.
The Second Amendment is something that we all have, that every single one of us has, and that is a part of the rights of our nation. If you are a citizen who has not created a felony, and I know that the gun laws thing is part of what you're about to say, but give me a second. The gun laws, it has been existing law that the gun laws on the books, when you create violent felonies and non-violent felonies, you lose your gun rights.
I mean, what the fuck are we doing? I can't answer a simple question of, do you think it's a God-given right? Do you think any free man that is not in prison should be able to own a gun? You couldn't even say, yeah, I believe that. What'd you say in your video? A wolf in sheep's clothing? You know what you are? You're a sheep who thinks he can act like a wolf, but how has that worked out for you? So, I mean, let's see if he keeps his word on dropping USCCA because, I mean, I don't know. To me, a man's word is everything. And you know what? While you're at it, like I said, you probably should just delete your channel. There's Jared from Guns and Gadgets. There's at least 4 other people who cover the exact same topics that you do that are actually pro-Second Amendment, okay? So during this video, he thought he was super slick and being able to sell people on things because he says stuff like bombshell You know, this point's really key right here. This is key. Stuff like that.
That's the part that I get real pissed about, because this destroys the entire narrative of Kayla Giles being completely innocent and, as AOR says, a perfect textbook background or a self-defense case.
Dude, you legitimately struggle with this stuff, huh? You read documents from the state appellate court. The state appellate court. But you acted like it's the be-all end-all, like nothing else is going on with the case. The decision now is at the higher court, which is the state Supreme Court. So you just straight up lied to your entire viewership. It's another reason why USCCA removed their lying video off of the internet and probably sent you to do this video, which didn't work out well for you. I mean, dude, seriously, imagine being a person on YouTube who is defending a company who dropped Kayla Giles. And now that it's looking good for her, you go and you make another video attacking her based off of old documents that are not even relevant now, because now it's at the Supreme Court and they're already finding holes in the prosecution's case.
All we know. After being threatened, don't drive away with a gun, he walks over to her car. That's just nonsense. He could have driven off. If he wanted to talk to her, he could have called her on her cell phone. If he really wanted to talk to her that badly, he could have walked over and said, please roll your window down. Instead, he reached out and opened the door of her vehicle, correct?
That's what the video depicts.
Somebody comes and opens my door of my vehicle, I may shoot him too.
But still, Braden from Langley Outdoors Clickbaiting Academy, he'll do anything for a sponsor, including a gun control sponsor like USCCA. Even though he said that he would never have one of those on his channel. Dude, this is sorry ass behavior. I don't even have words for it. Kayla Giles paid for the insurance and they dropped her. The question is not, is she guilty or innocent? The question is, was she entitled to the defense provided by USCCA because she was paying her membership? Instead, USCCA decided they were going to be the judge and the jury and drop her before the judge and the actual jury got to make a decision. And here you are defending it like a good little boy. Dude, it's just sick. What if this was one of your subscribers' parents? What if it was just one of your subscribers in general? I mean, it's legitimately sickening that you're willing to do this for USCCA. But once again, it can't be for that much longer because you said that you would remove them off your channel because they're involved with gun control. So thank God. I mean, thank you for keeping your word on that, Braden.
The very prerequisite to be on this channel is you can't be a gun controller. It is not viable.
Now, as far as Mark J. Victor goes, I saw he covered some stuff as far as when Mark ran for Senate, what Mark's views are in life, what his personal opinions are, what his movement is about as far as live and let live goes. I'm going to break this down very simply because Mark's going to do a whole video on this. Mark is the biggest anti-government person I have ever met. I don't know, should I share his Wi-Fi password for his office? He can change it. His Wi-Fi password for his law office is fuck the government. Imagine having a potential client come in and sit down in front of your desk and then being like, hey, I don't have that good a service. Can I have the password? Yeah, sure. It's fuck the government. But once again, Langley's whole game is he thinks he's smarter than everyone else. He thinks he's more slick than everyone else. So he thought that he could explain it in a way that would just, I don't know, get all of you guys pissed off. Let me put all this simply, and I've already told everybody this on the debate that we did. Have you seen your comments on that debate video? They're deplorable for you. Mark Victor has a global peace movement called Live and Let Live, and it applies to a future society. It does not apply to a society that is in today's world. This is future tense. A lot has to change. He believes that small communities, almost like Indian tribes or a big family, think of a neighborhood. They govern themselves and they make their own rules. So if that neighborhood decides that they want gun control, they can have it. It's a free world. If that neighborhood decides that they don't want gun control, they don't need gun control whatsoever. Everything Mark does is based off of freedom. The freedom of choice, the freedom to do what you want to do. So these comments like, oh my God, Mark is this big gun grabber guy. I've talked with Mark extensively about this. Mark doesn't want the government regulating anything. In fact, him and his team of lawyers are getting ready to sue the federal government so that they can no longer federally control firearms. So no more gun control federally. And also, He's going to sue them to disband the ATF, get rid of them. That sure sounds like somebody who's a fan of gun control. Oh, maybe we should go one step further. In the AOR program, it covers a ton of things that USCCA doesn't, including they actually cover their members. They don't drop them. You know, in case you forgot, Braden, like Kayla Giles and Alan Coley and who knows who else. They cover illegal weapons, which means that if you get into a self-defense shooting and you didn't have the permission of the government to have it, they still cover you. Does that sound like somebody who's a big gun control guy? Why would he have that in his program? That's like someone being like, you know what? I hate when people drink around me, but then you have house parties and you just provide alcohol to everyone. Oh, and by the way, USCCA does not cover illegal weapons. So who sounds like they're pro-gun control here and not pro-gun control? I'd say USCCA on that one for 500, Bob. AOR also covers you in gun-free zones. Why would Mark have this in his program if he's pro-gun control? So look, if anybody has any more questions about it, Mark's gonna do a video about this, but I gotta tell you, Braden, you really screwed up here, brother. Not only with deceiving your entire subscriber base, but also just not letting this go. I let it go. In fact, I had a whole video filmed, ready to go, and for some reason I didn't post it after our debate. Now I don't care. So for everyone who's now pissed off at USCCA again for having Braden do this little stunt that worked against them, come on over to AOR. They're giving you guys $50 off your individual sign up, $25 off the family sign up. They cover everything from bail to everything at the trial, expert witnesses, and they're not going to drop you. They're not going to pull a USCCA and say, oh man, I don't know, it doesn't look good. No, that's not in AOR's policy. So, Braden, when can we hear your announcement that you're no longer having USCCA on your channel because your channel is so pure? Absolutely no thoughts of gun control. You've got Tim Kennedy, you've got people in the company talking about red flag laws, who knows what else. Maybe you should make an announcement while you're at SHOT Show. Go up to Tim Schmidt and be like, hey dude, sorry I can't work with you, no gun control on this channel. Let's see if you're a man of your word, brother. Serious. And as far as your personal beliefs on the Second Amendment, I recommend that you clear it up for everybody. Because the fact that you can't answer a simple, is it a God-given right or not? That's the most fishy thing about this entire deal. It's more fishy than USCCA. It's more fishy about anything. You have a whole channel based on the Second Amendment. You can't even answer that question. Sheep trying to act like a wolf.